Tommy Lloyd is rumored to be in the mix to be the next North Carolina basketball coach. He currently sits at the second highest odds to become said coach behind Billy Donovan. He has been asked multiple times now about the UNC job. He stated, "I've got my full focus on this team. Nothing is distracting me. That's how I've decided to approach it. I'm 100% locked in on Arizona right now. I'm excited to see what this team can do. I have a real strong belief in this team, and this team deserves my full attention." So that's what I'm giving them. This comes after the fact that the last time that he was asked about this, he made this weird statement, or he wasn't asked about it, but he had made this weird statement about Arizona's going to be fine with the next coach. He obviously didn't mean it in that manner, and I think a lot of people took it and ran with it, but this is starting to turn into significant momentum in the fact that he might be leaving and taking the UNC job.
I'm going to take your tone out of this, which I thought you did a good job for a Tommy Lloyd tone here. I didn't think it was that biased. But in writing, I don't love that answer. I really don't, because a coach could always just say, "Hey, don't ask me about stuff like this. I'm coaching in the Final Four. Hey, I'm not answering that right now," which I don't know if a fan would think that's more damning or if a fan would just appreciate this very coach speak, boilerplate, "I'm giving you nothing" answer. But I respect a coach that feels disrespect from the media trying to pry within the locker room and create some type of a division that a spin doctor would take and try to make that the reason why Arizona would lose to Michigan. I would try to avoid that. I doubt you're the only person that is saying like, "Oh, is Tommy Lloyd, could he be leaving? Is this team distracted?" I'm not, like I would hate that if I was a coach, if I was Tommy Lloyd. I would dislike it if I was a player. Like, why do we do this right before the Final Four? It's because it's juicy. It's because it'll get clicks, and because you could talk about it. I would shut it all down if I was a coach. Do I think it's possible? Yes. It's the UNC job. It's way more illustrious than the Arizona basketball job. So much history there. Does Tommy Lloyd fit the Southern gentleman prototype of Roy Williams? No,
he's a West Coast guy. That's the one thing that's been brought up that's a little bit weird, but you can't deny his rapid ascension, growth, and success for an Arizona program that was kind of waiting in that weird area with Sean Miller for such a long time, where it was like, they're good, but they're not that good. They're pretty good, but they're also not as good as we're hoping that they can be.
All these analysts are also like saying that UNC needs to go out of the family, outside of the family, find somebody. I don't know if that means go get somebody that doesn't scream UNC with the tea time and the Argyle sweater. Tommy Lloyd doesn't scream that to me. Maybe that's outside the family. I think you go with it. If you're at a historical program, I try to stay inside the family. I try to keep on.
But there's no one to really turn to inside the family for them to go and hire. Who the hell are they going to go get?
But here's what I'd say. I think Notre Dame did a good job in football with trying to stay relatively inside the family with Marcus Freeman hire. I think he exemplifies Notre Dame very well.
But that doesn't apply for the circumstance. They went with an internal promotion at Notre Dame because Marcus Freeman was still the defensive coordinator, and most of the team and most of the recruits went directly to the athletic director and stated, "We want Marcus Freeman to lead the team. We want him to be our coach." So they just shut down the process, and they also recognized and knew that Marcus Freeman eventually would be a head coach somewhere in the next 2-3 years.
That guy screams Notre Dame, though. You can't deny that. Everything about him.
But I just don't know who on the table screams North Carolina.
There aren't many.
Look, Tommy Lloyd is the best coach that you need to go after, and I think it's the most plausible one for them to go after for the fact that Arizona, albeit has a history of being a great basketball program, their athletic department has been in murky financial waters. There has been instances in which the entire institution has not had the funds to just straight up stay afloat. It has been a growing and mounting issue. Their athletic department is not built to maintain this national championship caliber of success. And I wonder if at a certain point the floor falls out, if it just completely falls out from underneath him. I think that Tommy Lloyd, if he doesn't get the extension that he wants and the financial backing in NIL and revenue sharing and all those things, he should strongly consider taking the UNC job if they're willing to make a lot of those same promises. The one big key with this, where there hasn't been total movement, is that Lloyd's buyout dropped from $11 million to $9 million. They also have to pay Hubert Davis $5 million for his buyout, but it makes it a little bit cheaper now that it is hit April. It went down just from it hitting April. I really think that this has more steam to it. And I think that the biggest part with this, there hasn't been any movement. I feel like a lot of times when there isn't really so-and-so has expressed interest in the job, or UNC is narrowing in on so-and-so. This has been a while since this opening became an opportunity for coaches. And a lot of other opportunities have been filled.
I think it's because basketball is a secondary sport at most institutions, where it's like, hey, we got to pay a lot of money for football.
But not for UNC. UNC, it's a priority.
I think they're trying to probably make a push for football to be a priority with everything they're sinking into Belichick and company.
But
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's
about
truly related to this circumstance.
I'm thinking about their money. I can't. Buyout talk is like abhorrent to me. I hate the thought of like, no, you're going to leave and then you're going to get paid and then everything just moves and you abandon Arizona where it's going good. Which you signed a contract, by the way. You signed a contract and now you're leaving it on everybody because other schools are more desirable and have deeper pockets. Like, that is odious to me. I wish you would just stick it out. I'd love to see a coach just stick out the contract and say, hey, I'm under contract, pal. When it's time to renegotiate, you give me a holler. When my contract ends, you give me a holler. You let me know. But I'm under contract with Arizona. Being all disloyal to go to UNC. I get it. I understand the desire. I understand the chase to of the Sisyphus hill, and you just keep on pushing up and up and up and up and up until you die. I don't like it.
I would imagine, again, there's not going to be a Lane Kiffin outcome here, but I would imagine that there would, if they fall short, be consideration to make the jump and to leave UNC. Now,